in the remaining part of the
the recurrence would generally happen in the rectum if it was preserved. We have not left any rectum behind. In the anal canal for 2.5 centimeters, it is basically the anoderm, it is basically the skin. So it is not very common for it to recur. But of course, that is an area which is very well under our digital control, proctoscopic control. We don't have to do any major procedures for that. Just a PRN proctoscopy should allow us to see whether there is anything happening there, and we can always remove it locally, if at all it happens.
Another girl, about 21 years, she came from Bilaspur. She was having stomach and duodenum, polyp polyposis. Colon was free. She was coming for follow-up for about 2 years. Now she has stopped coming.
In that case, what do you do actually?
Observe only. You don't do follow-up. Because you cannot remove with small as stomach, duodenum, so just follow-up.
Follow-up is very, very important.
If it would have remained untreated, how many years likely to be?
See, now in an individual case, of course, one never knows, but on an average, there are 2 points. One, 100% of them will have malignancy. All of them will turn malignant. It's only a question of time. The average age for malignancy is about 37, 38. But as I told you, we have actually seen a girl who came to us long back, about 15 years back, who came with a rectal malignancy at the age of 18. So, but that is unusual. The average would be about 39. All of them will develop it. Average age is 39, but we have seen it at the age of 18 as well. And then in her case, it is not just a question of malignancy. She was actively bleeding with a hemoglobin of 7.
Anemia or symptoms and the bleeding and anemia.
Shearing in such very
There are too many of them. There are, in fact, what he mentioned was right, that the number of polyps were a little less in the transverse colon and the descending colon, but even there were possibly 200 polyps. They were a little smaller in size. So, you have thousands of polyps here. And it's not just snaring, these you have thousands of polyps here and you will have.
Snaring is not possible.
So, suppose there are few polyps. Then
Few polyps, 3, 4, 5, 7, that can be done.
But once again, as he had already mentioned, you would have noticed, and they keep coming up. So you just can't go on doing it. And the chances of malignancy is 100% in these patients. So that is one. And secondly, as he mentioned, that familial adenomatous polyposis coli is diagnosed only when there are a minimum of 100 polyps. So it generally has to be more than 100. And very often it runs into the thousands. In fact, the girl that I am referring to had at least 10 times the number of polyps that this one had. Completely carpeted. We didn't have these computers and PowerPoints and all that. We used to have those transparency rolls, so they got spoiled. But it was at least 10 times the number that this girl had. So you can imagine how can you snare these polyps.
Is any other system involved along with intestine?
No.
Generally, polyps are associated with CN.
As he has mentioned, some of those syndromes like Gardner syndrome, this, that, they have other systemic, yes, they do. But this was
This transverse colon showing less number of polyps. After, as time goes, the more number of polyps will come up.
You see, even this lesser number, actually, there are still a few which you can see, but on the picture, but if you would have seen the specimen, there were at least another 200 polyps here, which were, they were just about emerging, so you can't see them very clearly here, but there were at least 200 polyps even in the place where it was not coming. So, snaring of polyps is only done when the rectum is not very much involved. You have preserved the rectum for the sake of quality of life. There are a few polyps here. Those you can follow up and keep snaring and then give those medical treatment. Only snaring, the only indication for snaring is there.
Any food predisposes this polyp? Any relation with the food?
No.
High fiber or
No, this is a purely genetic problem.
No, but in your case you have told most of this is spontaneously mutated. This is there is no familial history.
Yeah, but
So this
no,
type of
there is no.
Genetic spontaneous.
genetic spontaneous.
High peak with high.
And it is not a germline mutation, it is a somatic mutation.
Somatic.
Is it some specific margin where this side is growing inside this, or a fixed pattern is a random pattern inside the rectum?
Random pattern.
No fixed line of
All over. All over, full of polyps. Random pattern. Only thing is, if we do it, obviously when we are doing it before it turns malignant, we can stick close to the rectum and the colon. We don't need to take lymph nodes. We don't need to destroy the sphincter. We don't need to take big margins. Like if this would have already turned malignant, we would have had to go further. This thing we may have had to end up with a permanent ileostomy. So we don't need to take margins and all because they're not malignant as of now. But we have to.
Once it is completely malignant, suppose untreated, then what is the way of metastasis? It's coming outside or
It's just like any other colorectal malignancy. It has got no difference.
We have asked only the
And it has to be treated as colonic cancer with. I mean, except that if it was rectal cancer, normally we would do an APR or NT resection. Here we would do the whole thing. But it behaves like any other colorectal cancer.